My name is Elias Monroe. I'm 37 years old, and I've lived in the same town all my life. It's a quiet place, small, close-knit, the kind of town where everyone knows everyone else. Or at least, they think they do. But here's the thing. I remember a life that no one else seems to recall. A house that no longer stands. A family that no one believes ever existed. It started one morning, 6 months ago. I was walking past 112 Sycamore Lane, the street where nothing ever really changes. Except this time, it had. The old Bennett house, where I used to spend weekends playing with their son Daniel, was gone. In its place was an empty lot. Overgrown, forgotten, like it had never been built at all. I asked my neighbor, Mr. Caro, what happened to the Bennetts. He looked at me confused. Who? He said. The Bennetts. Daniel, Ruth, and Henry. They lived in the brown two-story with the cherry tree in front. He shook his head. Elias, that lot's been empty since I moved here. And that was 22 years ago. I laughed at first, thought it was a joke. But the look in his eyes wasn't teasing. It was genuine concern. I started digging through my own belongings. Old photo albums, school yearbooks, letters, nothing. No pictures of Daniel, no birthday party snapshots, no Christmas photos with the Bennetts in them. But I remembered them, not just vague impressions. Full, vivid memories. The time Daniel broke his arm trying to jump from the treehouse. The smell of pipe tobacco on Henry's sweater. Ruth's humming as she cleaned the kitchen. Then came the dream. I was standing in the Bennett house. Everything was where it used to be, the checkered couch, the blue wallpaper, the ticking grandfather clock in the hall. Daniel was there, sitting cross-legged on the floor. You're the only one who remembers, he said without looking up. They're gone, Elias, but you kept us alive. I woke up in tears. A week later, I visited an old thrift shop outside town. I wasn't sure what I was looking for, maybe some trace, something forgotten. That's when I found it. A leather-bound journal, dusty and sun-worn. I opened it, and inside, in Daniel's unmistakable handwriting, were pages of our adventures. Doodles of the treehouse, recipes from Ruth, a song lyric Henry used to sing. It was real, they were real, but when I brought it to the counter, the clerk frowned. We've never had that book in here, she said. You sure you didn't bring it with you? I found it on the shelf right over there, I said, pointing. She walked over, looked through the entire area. Nothing. That shelf hasn't had anything on it in days, she said. I looked down again, and the journal was gone. That night, I sat alone on the front porch, thinking. Maybe I was going mad. Maybe my mind had stitched together memories that never were. But deep down, I knew better. What if we sometimes remember things others can't? What if some lives are erased, and the only thing keeping them alive is memory? What if I'm a witness to a forgotten reality? I started writing, every detail I could recall, every story, every smile, every rainy afternoon in the Bennett house. I wrote until my hands cramped. Then I recorded the stories, audio, video, whatever I could. I would not let them vanish again. I uploaded the first video to my channel, The Family No One Remembers. I expected people to call me crazy. Some did, but others started writing back. I remember a house that disappeared too. There was a girl in my childhood no one else remembers. I thought it was just me. That's when I realized, maybe I'm not alone. Maybe we're all remembering fragments of something bigger, something lost, and maybe, just maybe, telling their stories is how we bring them back. Part 2. Last week, I told you about the Bennett family. A family that I remember, vividly, yet no one else does. Their house, their faces, their warmth, gone. Erased. Like they never existed. But I remembered, and I shared their story. The response was overwhelming. Messages poured in from people with similar experiences, memories of people, places, even entire events that no one else could verify. Then, something impossible happened. The Bennett house came back. Not entirely, but enough to prove I'm not crazy. It was early morning. I was walking my usual route, half out of habit, half out of obsession. I passed by the same empty lot on Sycamore Lane. Except now, there was something different. A fence. An old, wooden white fence that hadn't been there before. Chipped, weathered, exactly like the one that used to surround the Bennett's front yard. I stopped cold. I looked around. No construction signs, no workers, nothing. Just that fence, standing as if it had always been there. The cherry tree stump was back too. Bare, leafless, but it was real. I touched it. The bark was dry, solid. I wasn't imagining this.
Hi Elias. It's me, Daniel.
I dropped my phone when I heard it. I hadn't pressed record. I hadn't played any message. But somehow, Daniel's voice came through.
You're doing it. You're remembering. And that's bringing us back. But you're not alone. Others are waking up too. But be careful. Not everything forgotten wants to be remembered.
Then silence. That night, I returned to the lot. I had to know what was happening. I stood there for hours, just watching. Then I saw him, across the street, standing completely still beneath a flickering streetlight. A tall figure, long coat, face hidden in shadow, watching me. I turned to look directly at him, but when I blinked, he was gone. Then I found the object at my feet. A piece of the Bennett's old doormat. Faded letters still visible. Welcome home. I went live that night. Shared the photos. The voice recording. The mat. Dozens of comments rolled in. I saw a missing cafe reappear last week. My brother remembered a park that never existed. Now there's a new path in the woods. There's a man in a coat who keeps watching me too. It's not just me. Somehow, forgotten people and places are returning. But not everything is good. Some things were forgotten for a reason. I got one last message before recording this episode. It was anonymous. Just a line of text. You've reopened the gate. Keep telling stories, and the gate stays open. So I will. On the next part, I'll share a story sent to me by a viewer in Colorado, a girl who remembers a best friend that no one else ever met. She found a drawing they made together, in a book that never existed before. More is coming, and maybe, if we keep remembering, we can bring them all back.